Hi, it's Alaska Granny, basic emergency kits that we should all have in our home. I'm going to go over those items with you today and tell you what kind of things I think you should add to your emergency kit. The first thing on your emergency list is water. We know that we need 1 gallon of water per day per person, and you should have it for a minimum of 3 days. Each person should actually have a 14-day supply if you really want to be prepared for an emergency. You aren't going to need water just for drinking. You're also going to need water for hygiene, sanitation needs, cooking, and cleaning. So make sure that you are storing as much water as you can. Know that we have to have water to survive, and so what happens when that water runs out? You may still have running water in your home, but it may not be safe to drink. So you should go beyond just having a few gallons of water and have a way to purify more water if you need to. You can boil water to make it pure. One easy way to purify water is adding bleach. But if you want to add bleach, you need to have some eyedroppers so that you can drop a few drops into each quart. Bleach is not an easy item to store for long term because the bleach in it evaporates and you're left with just water. So a next option would be to store something like pool shock. But pool shock is a chemical. You need to make sure that you store it in an airtight container and you store it outside of your house in somewhere like your garage or a shed. One little package of pool shock can make many gallons of bleach. Add some of the powdered pool shock to some water and then you have made your own bleach, and you can use drops of that pool shock water into the water that you want to drink or use for other purposes. Another simple way to have fresh water, especially if you want to put something in your bug out bag or your hiking bag, is aqua tabs. Each strip of aqua tabs has 10 tablets. The aqua tabs are a great item to have so that you can purify water in many kinds of situations. You can also get potable aqua, which are germicidal tablets that come in a little bottle, and you can drop these into water and purify it. Read the directions carefully so you understand how to use it, because it varies from item to item of how you make your water safe to drink. Another item you might want to consider is some kind of a water filter. Whether you want an in-home, like a Berkey water filter that you can pour in gallons of water at a time, or a personal water filter such as a LifeStraw. There's many different kinds of water filters. It's a great idea to make sure you get at least one for your emergency needs. The next category of supplies is food. If you have no running water, no electricity, no way to cook or prepare anything, you want foods you can just open and eat, and you have something to sustain you no matter what. Open and eat cans of food that are like full meals entrees. You can find all kinds of different packets of foods that come in shelf-stable packages. Fully cooked, you don't have to heat them up. You can just tear them open and eat them. There's just a whole variety of foods that you can find in shelf-stable meals, but they're already fully cooked, so all you need to do is open and eat them. If you have cans and they do not have a pull top, make sure you add a can opener to your emergency supplies. Anything you could tear open and eat. Look for things like boxes of cereal and shelf-stable milk that doesn't need to be refrigerated. You can find food for several days that doesn't require any cooking. Then you can go ahead and add foods that you just add water or just need to cook a little bit, and those are great foods to have to shore up your pantry and fill in your long-term food supply so that you have plenty going forward. Every time you go to the store or you have an opportunity to shop, stock up on something else. Keep putting things aside until you have a nice supply. There are all kinds of reasons why we might have emergencies and shortages, and you don't want to find that you didn't supply enough food to feed your family in any situation. Make sure you have the items you need to help provide safe meals for yourself. Get a simple camping stove. A butane stove is only like $20. Have some extra fuel canisters. You can get something as simple as a few cans of Sterno and go to the Dollar Tree and look for the little cans of Fancy Heat. You remove the lid, there's a wick, you light it, it's like an alcohol stove. Use this to heat food for about 2 hours. You're also going to need paper plates, plastic utensils, cups, and I'll put a link to a video I made on how to do dishes when there's little to no running water. That might give you some ideas on how you can continue to serve meals when there's little or no water in emergency situations, or even if you're just camping. Make sure you have toilet paper, paper towels, and some trash bags. I'll put a link to a video I made about how to use a portable toilet, which would be called a luggable loo, in case you need to have that in an emergency situation. The next item you need is a radio. For an emergency radio, I like the Eaton Scorpion. It's lightweight and it is multifunctional. It has AM, FM, it has a built-in flashlight, a bottle can opener, and a carabiner so you can hook it onto something. It has a wind-up function and a USB port so you could charge up your cell phone if you needed it. The next item you need is a flashlight. For every person in your family, it's very important that you not only have a variety of flashlights, but that you also have the batteries that go with them. My favorite has a USB rechargeable end. You can plug it in. Any place you can plug in a USB, you can recharge this flashlight. Headlamps are also a great kind of a flashlight to have. You put them on your head, turn them on, your hands are free for any task that you need to do. Get some lanterns. You can get them even at the Dollar Tree, and you can get USB rechargeable little battery operated lanterns. Have an oil lamp with extra oil, some extra wicks. Glow sticks are a great light to have around children because they're not going to set anything on fire, and they can go all night long if they need some comfort if the power goes out. There's always a risk that you can still become sick. So what are some supplies that you need for that? Fever reducers, cough medicine. You need medicines for upset stomachs and diarrhea, muscle rubs, and Epsom salts. You can always soak in a hot tub with a cup of Epsom salt to help relieve pains, aches, and even help reduce fevers. If you take prescription medication, make sure that you have enough on hand so that you don't need to go out to get something that you need on a day-to-day basis. You need to have a bug-out bag so that if you had to leave your home, you could. Have a change of clothes in there, have a little bit of all of these different categories of emergencies. Don't become a prepper out of fear. Become a prepper because you care to provide the lifestyle for your family that keeps you safe and comfortable. If you have all these things on hand, it doesn't matter what's going on around you. It makes the outcome far better for you and the people that you love the most. If you found my video useful, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might like it. Learn more at alaskagranny.com, and please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.